Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've actually been inspired to do this video because it was something that I used to watch when I started out being interested in zero waste, and I thought what better way to inspire you guys by making the same types of videos that I used to watch. So this video is basically all sorts of different products and things that I no longer buy or I have purchased a more sustainable alternative for. And yeah, hopefully this inspires you and you get some tips out of this. So let's get started. So the first thing is actually one of the most cliche things that people will mention when they're talking about zero waste, but it's also one of the easiest things. If you have the ability to drink tap water, a water bottle is something you should definitely own. I live in Belgium. Most places in Belgium have amazing tap water that's safe and usually pretty tasty as well. I filter mine just because that makes it taste a little bit better. But even if you don't drink tap water, you can get a bigger bottle of water and decant into a bottle, because then you're still reducing your plastic waste. This is actually probably my first zero waste swap, because I stopped drinking out of plastic bottles I think when I was 15 or 16, so yeah, it's been a while. I'm 24 now. Similar to the first one, I've also stopped buying disposable coffee cups. I usually kind of know when I'm getting coffee because I do meal plan and I watch what I eat, so I don't usually get coffee that often. So when I do, I know that I can bring my cup. If I do want it on a whim, I either go to the coffee place and use one of their mugs, or I just tell myself, make coffee at home and don't grab a disposable cup. And I've been able to avoid it for actually quite a long time now. Talking about coffee at home, I used to have a Senseo coffee maker, which is one of those coffee makers that uses little pads. And I always thought that they were biodegradable, but turns out they do contain some plastic. The best way to avoid these is either getting a reusable Senseo filter, which I got in the first place, but then I thought it was silly and ended up just buying one of these, which is a French press, and it's super easy. And I just get my beans in bulk, grind them myself, and make my coffee at home. Another kitchen item that I have stopped buying is rice in plastic bags. Now, I used to get these because I didn't really think about it. I didn't think there was another option. And then I first switched to big bags of rice, so the 1 kilo bags. And then now that I shop at a zero waste store, I buy my rice in bulk in my own container. If you don't have that option, again, there's big bags of rice. That's drastically reducing your waste already. And yeah, maybe check out local markets, local stores. Sometimes they do sell rice in bulk, so that could be an option. Another item I definitely recommend for the kitchen is either a reusable baking tray or pad, or getting baking paper that's biodegradable. So this actually says okay for compost, which is very important to look for, because not all biodegradable items can actually go in your compost. I prefer this when I'm making something like a cake where I want to cut it in a certain shape and put it in something. If I'm just using it as a cookie sheet, for example, I have these silicone mats. And yeah, this just prevents it from sticking to your tray, and it's a great thing to buy. I use it a lot. I definitely recommend this. Another silicone kitchen replacement for something I don't buy are these. So I actually don't buy cling film or Ziploc bags or tin foil or anything like that anymore. I haven't felt the need to buy it. I got these food huggers. These are perfect for fruit that you cut in half, for example, but I also use these to cover bottles and small pots. And then for our big pots, we have 2 of these, which fit perfectly on some of my ceramics and glass jars. And besides that, I sometimes use another bowl on top of something or a plate on top of something, or I just put it in the fridge without covering it. I know that's probably not the best option, but it works. And yeah, I really don't miss it. Something completely different is I stopped buying those plastic toilet blocks that supposedly clean your toilet and keep it sanitary, because first of all, I found out that there actually are more bacteria in those blocks than if you wouldn't have one of those. Plastic is a one-time thing, so you use it and then you dispose it and it's on this planet forever. And honestly, it wasn't really necessary. You just clean your toilet maybe like once a week and it's fine. You really don't need those plastic blocks. And once I had that mindset change, I really didn't feel the need to use those anymore. Something completely different again. I really don't buy magazines anymore. Sometimes I do see a magazine and for some reason I really want it, and sure, I'll buy it. But I don't have any subscriptions. I don't regularly buy any magazines or newspapers. I just read everything online. And yeah, sometimes people give me their old magazines and I do read them or use them for something, but I don't really go out and buy them regularly anymore. And another media item that I definitely don't get anymore, I really don't buy DVDs anymore. I used to be such a DVD collector. I still have many DVDs that I still use, but I don't feel the need to get every TV show or movie that I like on DVD. I have a few streaming services such as Netflix or Telenet Play More, and that's enough for me, and I usually find everything that I want to watch on there. If I don't find it, I have a library card and I can use that. And yeah, maybe every once in a while I'll get a movie that I really enjoyed on DVD, but that hasn't happened in a really long time. Something I haven't found a need to buy is the newest makeup and different makeup brands. I used to be a real makeup collector. I still have so much makeup, even though I got rid of a lot of it. But yeah, I kind of just shed that need to have the newest things all the time and be on top of all the brands. And I just use what I have, and maybe if I finish something I'll go looking for a more sustainable alternative, but I'm definitely done with getting the newest and the most fancy brands. I really don't find a need to do that anymore. I also used to be a perfume collector. I still love perfume, and sometimes it hurts me that I can't buy certain brands, but when I decided to go cruelty-free with my beauty, I included perfume in that, and some perfume brands are owned by some of the worst companies there are out there. And yeah, sometimes I really want a perfume and it's sad. And that's life for me. I'm not gonna break my promise to go cruelty-free by buying a new perfume. What I did do is I found a store that actually refills bottles. So you get a bottle like this. It's called Equivalenza. I do think there are other countries in Europe that have this brand, but basically they recreate familiar scents in the industry and they sell them in these reusable bottles, and I definitely support something like this. Otherwise, I would also support small brands, maybe local brands. Check out to see if there's like a perfume seller near you. And yeah, maybe something like Lush, they do perfumes as well. Right now I still have quite a collection to go through, but I'm keeping that in mind that those are other options for me. Another beauty item that I stopped buying are makeup wipes, and I really don't miss those. They were very harsh on my skin, and honestly they don't do that good of a job. So what I have to replace that is a makeup eraser. Now, I know that there are some cotton varieties of this. This is synthetic. If you don't want to buy that, there are cotton wipes. I don't know any brands personally, but you can find stuff like that on Etsy or in zero waste stores. I personally also have these little rounds, and I do think these are cotton, but I'm not sure. I use both of these depending on what I feel like, in combination with something like a tonic or a face soap, and that's enough for me. Another beauty item I stopped buying are disposable razors. Now, this is something I only did very recently because safety razors kind of scared me. But I ended up making the purchase, and this is my safety razor. I purchased it online, and honestly I'm really happy with it. I'm still getting the hang of it, but it does give me a very close shave, and I wouldn't go back to disposable razors because it kind of feels wrong to create that much plastic waste when it's just not necessary. To go along with that razor, I have also stopped buying shaving foam. I did this quite a long while ago. I just started using soap and that works just fine. Now even to replace that bottle soap, I got this bar of soap and a little container to put it in that's also biodegradable. So yeah, I really don't miss shaving cream. Those are all of the items I have for you today. Obviously there are many other things that I have either stopped buying, reduced buying, or maybe I will stop buying in the future, so I think I will definitely make a sequel to this video. Let me know in the comments what items you've stopped buying, and maybe let me know if some of these inspired you, because I really like knowing that I made an impact on some of you. So yeah, please do like the video and subscribe if you liked it. That lets me know that you enjoyed it. Thank you, bye!